All right, let's dive into something that's absolutely essential for your health, but often gets overlooked. We're talking about the hidden powerhouses, micronutrients, and, of course, hydration. These are the tiny details that unlock your body's true potential. I love this analogy because it just makes so much sense. You can think of the big stuff, carbs and proteins, the macronutrients, as the fuel for your body's engine. But without micronutrients, that engine's going nowhere. They are the literal spark plugs that ignite that fuel and get things moving.
So here's what we're going to cover. We'll start with what these spark plugs actually are. Then we'll open up your vitamin and mineral toolkits. We'll talk about the most forgotten nutrient, water. And I'll give you a simple food-first plan you can start today. Then we'll see how you can take all this know-how to the next level.
All right, so let's get right into it. These micronutrients, they're not like the macronutrients that we need grams and grams of. Nope, we only need them in tiny, tiny amounts. But don't let that fool you. They are absolutely crucial for unlocking the energy from the food you eat.
Okay, so what are micronutrients really? Simply put, they're the vitamins and minerals your body depends on for, well, pretty much everything. From your eyesight to your immune system, these are the little helpers that keep the whole system running smoothly. Now, let's look at the first group of micronutrients, vitamins. The easiest way to think about them is to imagine two different teams, and each team plays by a completely different set of rules inside your body.
Okay, check this out. On one side, you have the fat-soluble vitamins. That's A, D, E, and K. Think of these like a savings account. Your body tucks them away in your fat cells for later use. But the other team, the water-soluble ones like C and the B vitamins, they're like cash in your pocket. Your body uses what it needs right now and gets rid of the rest. That's why you have to top them up every single day. So let's talk about a key player from that fat-soluble team, vitamin A. This one is famous for its role in keeping your vision sharp. And the good news is, it's super easy to find in foods we eat all the time, like carrots or gajar, sweet potatoes, shakar kandi, and of course, spinach or palak.
Now for a real puzzle. Vitamin D. We call it the sunshine vitamin, right? And there's certainly no shortage of sun in Pakistan. So why on earth are so many people deficient? Well, it usually comes down to our modern lifestyles. We're indoors more, or we're covered up when we're outside. Just 15 or 20 minutes of sun a day, plus getting it from foods like egg yolks, can make a world of difference.
Now for the water-soluble team, let's talk about the famous immunity booster, vitamin C. Most of us immediately think of oranges or quinoa. But here's a little pro tip for you. One of the absolute richest sources you can find locally is actually guava, Amrood. And you might not believe this, but even green chilies are packed with it.
Okay, so that's the vitamin team. Now let's talk about their partners in crime, minerals. These are literally elements from the earth. From the soil and water, they get absorbed by plants, eaten by animals, and eventually they make their way onto our plates.
First up, the one everybody knows, calcium. It's the undisputed building block for your bones and teeth. And yeah, the best sources are exactly what you'd think. Classic dairy, like milk or doodh, and yogurt or dahi.
Next up is iron, and this one has a huge job. It's basically the oxygen delivery service for your entire body. It picks up oxygen in your lungs and carries it through your bloodstream to every single cell. Without it, your cells can't breathe.
And this is where things can get really serious. When you don't have enough iron, that oxygen delivery system breaks down. It leads to a condition called iron deficiency anemia, which leaves you feeling exhausted and weak. And unfortunately, this is a massive health problem in Pakistan, especially for women.
So what's the game plan? How do we fight this? Well, the best way is through food. Upping your intake of iron-rich foods like red meat, liver, or kaleji, and even spinach can really help.
All right, we've talked vitamins, we've talked minerals, but what about the one nutrient we all forget? The one that's arguably the most important of all, water. Especially in our climate, it's not just a beverage. It's your body's cooling system. It's a lifeline. Just think about that number for a second. 60%. Over half of your body is made of water. It's coursing through your veins, it's in your muscles, it's even in your brain. You need it for everything from regulating temperature to just keeping things moving.
So how do you know if you're not getting enough? Well, your body gives you some pretty clear signals. The easiest one to check is the color of your urine. If it's dark yellow, you need to drink up. But things like headaches, feeling tired, and having dry lips or skin, those are all signs too.
We have covered a ton of ground, I know, but information is only useful if you put it into practice.
So let's talk about a super simple plan you can start using today. No expensive supplements needed, just smart choices.
Okay, here's one of my absolute favorite food hacks. It's so easy. We know spinach and meat are full of iron, and we know lemons are loaded with vitamin C. The magic is what happens when you put them together. Just squeezing some fresh lemon juice over your palak or kebabs can literally supercharge your body's ability to absorb that precious iron. It's a game changer.
And hey, I've got one more for all my fellow chai lovers out there. We love our tea, but it can actually be a bit dehydrating. So, get into this simple habit. Drink a full glass of water before you have your cup of chai. It's an easy way to stay ahead of the game.
So now you have the building blocks. You know enough to start making a real difference in your own health. But what if you feel passionate about this? What if you want to take it to the next level and turn this knowledge into a real, professional skill?
If you're really serious about this stuff and want to dive deeper, you should check out the Skill Development Center at the University of the Punjab. There, you can learn how to professionally assess nutrient deficiencies, you'll get guidance from expert nutritionists, and you'll even get to analyze real case studies. It's a fantastic way to turn your passion into expertise. You can find them at the Quaid-e-Azam campus in Lahore.